Hey everybody, you'll have to forgive me if I sound a bit under the weather again. Once again, hay fever has struck. Anyway, here we find ourselves on Kharkov in a tier 9 match, running a mostly medium platoon, a T-54, an E-50 and an IS-8. Now, previously in my mediums on this map I'd been going to the north and fighting up there on the corner. This time I decided to do something a little different and head to the southeast corner into Jasinski Square. So, take the most direct route out of spawn, straight down the 9-0 line road, managed to slam into a pair of static tank wrecks because I'm so good at driving, and rather than cutting straight down this road like my platoon mates were going to, I decided to slice in at this corner and head down the diagonal road instead. I'm sorry this replay is so jittery, nothing I can do. It's the replay bug, which still hasn't been fixed in 9.5 test, so probably you're going to have to get used to it for a while. Clumsily make my way into a side scrape on the corner and wait for something to show its face. And the Conqueror was seen coming this way. The T-28's not really a problem for me, but the Conqueror might be. They aren't pushing in, so I decide to move up a bit. These guys are in the next street over from me, and so rather than push headfirst into them, I take a position on this corner and just wait for them to drive out in front of my gun. Move up a little further. They're really reluctant to push in, probably because of the positioning of Funkwad and Marius, and so I move into this spot here and start laying down damage. I decide there's no point sitting behind cover if I can be actually, participating in the fight along this main street, and I'm in a great position to hit these guys. Most of them haven't even realized where I am yet. Unfortunately that shot hit a piece of debris, should have hit the AMX, but that's wargaming. The 50B is so tall I can see him over the barricades, so I'm able to clean him up, which is good. He was one of the better players on their team. Having trouble getting a decent shot at the Leopard, so I snipe the T-54 and Cupola, again over a pile of debris. And I just sit here and look for shots, and the Leopard looks like he wants to bite, but he's not really giving me the opportunities I need. The T-34, however, is. Now you'll notice Marius has moved up to keep those guys on the other street in the southeast bottled up where they won't be able to push in behind me and kill me. He's actually managed to take out the Conqueror as well. So without my platoon mates, this position would be basically untenable, so I really need to thank them for this. I'm just waiting for this Leopard to forget that I'm here. He appears to be tied down with whatever's in front of him, and sure enough he drives in front of my gun. I'm in a good side scrape here. It's not infallible, they can hit me if they aim carefully, but they're not really in any position to aim carefully with me putting down damage on them. Now the enemy team has pushed into the center of the map, but it's going to come back and bite them. As you can see, we've already pushed through in the north, and now we've broken through in the south, so we basically swallowed them whole. Put a sneaky shot through that window there. I don't think the AMX realised you can shoot through those corner windows. But then I lag and drive right out in front of his gun. Now, realising my mistake, backing up is not going to help me. I need to drive further in and try and get in the side scrape, or just get up in a position where it's hard for him to get pinning shots on me. Now, I'm not able to do that, but I do get a lucky bounce there, and so I finish him before he can finish me. The T-28 is still alive. He's actually was still full health as well. Again, careless shot, not helped by lag. But I got all the time in the world to deal with this guy, so I roll up on him and finish him with the front bumper. As you can see, I was actually bitching quite badly about the lag in chat. So although it was making it very difficult to actually play the match, I was still able to pull out a pretty good result from it, including a nice little snapshot there. Now, aside from demonstrating just how frustrating it can be at times to play this match, or sorry, I'll play this game from where I am, I think this is a pretty good demonstration of what happens if you let an E50 get into a really good position, particularly when we're in Sidescrape. This is a very, very strong medium tank, and the E50M is just this, but turned up to 11. The E50 has similar armor to the King Tiger in many respects, but has the mobility of a medium tank. It doesn't turn as well as smaller mediums, but it's quite fast. And obviously combines all that with a good gun. So the E50 and E50M, I think, are two of the most flexible mediums in the higher tiers you will find. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. Quite a few goons run the E50M as standard solo pubbing fare and do quite well in it. It also shows that aggressive play in the southeast of this map, particularly where you've got a platoon and support, can really help swing things. That position is quite important. If you manage to take the whole plaza, you can push out and start getting shots down towards enemy arty or people who, quote, defend the arty, unquote, sitting on the two roads, the one in K line and the one in the 9-0 lines. Not only that, but it also gives you the flexibility to do what I was doing, which is snipe down the axial roads. So I think the southeast is actually a very important position. I'm not going to go in there in every medium. The German higher tier mediums, the E50, E50M, are particularly well suited to it. The 430 is alright at it, and sometimes Ascent, but you do need armor. You do really kind of need mobility, and you also have to realize that if you aren't paying close enough attention to the map and you're in that position, it's very easy for you to get cut off and surrounded. So you've really got to be paying attention to that map while you're down in the southeast. But again, it's a very high risk, high reward position that can pay out massive dividends if you are careful about using it. Anyway, thanks for suffering through the very stuttery replay and my very clogged up sounding voice. I've got a fair few more matches of my own from 9.4 that I want to record, and then I've got a bunch of other Goons replays. I may or may not get round to actually recording them before 9.5 hits. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Perhaps it was useful to you. Perhaps you hadn't thought about going southeast before, like me. This was really the first time I'd done it in a medium tank, and I start doing it a lot more now. And I wish you the best of luck in the field. Catch you on the next one.